Howdy all. Here's another little episode of parks we've stayed at. I thought this would be a great backdrop, the fish jumping and the paddle boat in the background. Currently at Pontchartrain Landing RV Park here in New Orleans, Louisiana, but I'm not going to be talking about that one today. I'm going to be talking about a trip that we took, kind of a short trip from Colorado Springs to Blazing Star RV Resort, which is kind of our home base RV resort in San Antonio. So we stayed at the Garden of the Gods RV Resort in Colorado Springs, and because this is a shorter one, I'm going to take a little bit more time to let you know about that one. It was really expensive. It was around $950 for a month. We got stuck in a cul-de-sac area, which is basically just one that loops around at the end with some full-timers. While they did ask about the age of our RV and stuff, there were people living out of things the size of a coffin there, under 10 by 10 tents. There were really old scampers there, etc., etc. The connectivity in Colorado Springs is terrible, and so we ended up getting a mast with an antenna that can boost our signal, but we didn't end up getting the mast while we were there, so we had a really hard time working. We actually had to go, we were near Manitou Springs, and we actually had to go into Colorado Springs proper to get an office space there to work out of. The park was busy. There were a lot of in and outs. The people were not friendly at all. This is the first park that we went to that we just found like we couldn't make any friends. There were some people in a schoolie 2 down from us, around our age, maybe 10 years younger, somewhere within 10 years. They really weren't friendly. We found that as being odd. And then in general, the people that were at the park weren't very friendly, just in passing, walking by, waving, smiling, nothing. And so we really didn't like it there, but it was close to the Manitou Incline. It was close to some other sites. It was about an hour and a bit from Pikes Peak. And then of course you're an hour from Denver. So we did spend one weekend in Denver while we were there. There's a little dog park. Nobody picks up their dog poop. It's mostly gravel. It wasn't a great experience. I definitely wouldn't go back. I wouldn't want to stay in Pueblo either. We were thinking of leaving and going to Pueblo. But I might stay closer to Denver next time because it was just, it wasn't a great experience. There were some great breweries and stuff like that around there, but yeah, just in general, we didn't have a good experience there. We left Colorado Springs to go to Albuquerque for Balloon Fiesta, and we stayed at American RV Resort. That's about 15 miles away from where everything goes down for the Balloon Fiesta. Balloon Fiesta, we would recommend that anybody who hasn't been, go check it out. We went up in a balloon, which was super rad. That was sort of the highlight. Seeing the mass ascension and getting there at 3:30 in the morning, which totally isn't necessary, was cool just to see all those balloons. But that time of year it gets really cold, and so we just didn't have appropriate clothing on. We didn't realize how cold it was going to be. And for what you see, I would arrive at 5 o'clock in the morning, not 3:30, and just do the extra walk when the sun is up and it's not cold. American RV Park was pretty good, mostly Class A's there. There's fifth wheels and stuff there too. A lot of people there for 2 days and then gone. We were there for 4 nights. They have a pool there and a hot tub. Actually, I forgot to mention that the Garden of the Gods Resort has 2 pools and a hot tub, but the one pool is closed the whole time and the other pool is disgusting. The American RV Resort has a pool and a hot tub. The hot tub is in like this little sort of homemade lean-to thing. It was really cool because what we liked about being in Albuquerque is we just randomly chose to go on a Breaking Bad driving tour, and we took ourselves on a Breaking Bad driving tour. We also talked to our friends, Beer Ving America, and bounced a couple of brewery ideas off of them, which they seconded, so we did go to a couple of cool breweries. Not the best food scene for vegans in Albuquerque, so we ate at home most of the time and we did work. The internet signal was so-so. Dog-friendly place. Yeah, we would go back if we were ever going to be in Albuquerque again. I don't know when we'll do that. Then we left from Albuquerque and we went to Carlsbad. We just stayed in Carlsbad for one night. We stayed at the KOA in Carlsbad. If there was a pool, I didn't see it. The grounds were really clean. The people were really friendly. I drove the rig in that day. We got a pull-through site. Everything was fine. There's some oil field workers staying there. We didn't have a problem. The weather was nice. The sunset was epic. Actually, one of the most beautiful sunsets we ever saw was from the Carlsbad KOA. And then as we were leaving, we just decided, hey, Carlsbad Caverns, why don't we go? So we were about 30 minutes from there on our way back to San Antonio. And we stopped at the Carlsbad Caverns and went underground and checked it out, and that's totally worth going to see if you haven't seen it. They have a mass bat flight that happens, but I think that's closer to the end of summer, and we were there already middle of October. And then we left Carlsbad and headed for Junction, Texas, which is just over 100 miles out. That was a 400-mile driving day, so you might stop somewhere else, but we stopped in Junction. It's on the Llano River, which has got apparently really good fishing, which we don't do vegans, but there's fly fishing and stuff like that. This resort that we went to is called Above and Beyond River RV Resort. It's right on the river. The people are super friendly. They take payment, like automatic payment over the phone or over email, so you can just settle that all up right over email. There are a bunch of pull-through sites. This place did have a flood, and so they are restoring. And there were some really shitty reviews, but the people were friendly. The space was nice enough. They're trying to put up a dog area, so they had that fenced off. They pick up your trash for you. There aren't a lot of amenities, but then again, I think it's like a 1 or 2 nighter, or maybe like a guy down the way was fishing, and so he was staying there for a couple weeks going fishing. So it's not luxury. There's not really good internet signal, but it's great for a one-nighter, or great if you just want to get away. The people are super friendly. And then, of course, we headed back to the Blazing Star RV Resort in San Antonio. So that was sort of a little mini side trip that we did. We weren't planning on going to Balloon Fiesta, but we left Colorado early because snow was coming, and it just, all the things fell in line. I'd originally wanted to go to Balloon Fiesta, but then our travel plans got changed, so we didn't think we could, and we did get to go do that. So that was one to knock off, as well as the Carlsbad Caverns. So, you know, in quick summation, Garden of the Gods RV Resort is not a resort. They're not friendly, and I don't think it's worth the $950 a month. You could find something else somewhere else. There is another one down the street, although it looks like something out of Mad Max. I don't think I'd stay there unless I had to. Maybe you could boondock. Didn't look into that because we have to work full time. Carlsbad KOA, or American RV Resort in Albuquerque. It was great. It was great. Everybody was friendly. There's nothing wrong with it. Can't complain. Close enough into Albuquerque itself if you wanted to do stuff. But there's not a lot there in Albuquerque. And then Carlsbad KOA, that was great again. Great people. Above and Beyond River RV Resort in Junction, Texas. That was a fantastic place too. And it was great to wake up on a river like this beautiful scene. I'm not going to be reviewing this park for a while. We've still got about another week before we get down to Grassy Key in Marathon, and that's where we're headed. But stay tuned. I'm going to try to do as many reviews as I can, and then I'm going to go back from time to time and just do some highlights on ones that I feel like I didn't get a good enough review of. We've also got some repairs coming up. We're going to be ripping out the entire interior ceiling of the RV because it had a roof leak that we found out about at the end of our renovation. As well, our fresh water tank has a leak and doesn't hold fresh water. So those are 2 big repairs we have coming up. Stay tuned for what we do with those. Take care. Have a good day.